swagger.
Hey, welcome into the Five Hole Fantasy Hockey Podcast. We are your hosts pro tem. I probably misused that term, but I thought it'd be funny to do. We're your hosts, Alan and Jay. We're here with the Week 17 script, straight from Gritty himself. There is no man in that costume. He is a living being. But yeah, Week 17. I think, God, there's only, three, I think, real matchups before playoffs start, for a lot of us. We're coming down to the wire here, but yeah, we're here with teams and streams we're targeting and news and updates from around the league. As we get going here, as always, make sure to follow the channel if you haven't already, wherever you get your fine podcast from. If you're the listening crowd, follow us on Twitter. I like to throw a lot of updates on there, retweet stuff, useful stuff, but like positional updates. That just came out today from Yahoo. I mentioned a couple of those later in the show. And then our Discord, over 3,000 people in there, all playing fantasy hockey. Get in there before your league mates do. But yeah, headlines. So one thing I wanted to talk about, because it's coming up quick. It's next week, in fact, the Olympic break, week 18 in quotes, because it's not a week. So the last night of games is February 5th. And then games resume on the 25th. So week 18 in Yahoo, in quotes, is February 2nd to March 1st. And this is, I want to make kind of the first talking point, is Yahoo traditionally only lets you have the same amount of ads in that week. But I believe, and I think we've talked about this before, Jay, but I think Fantrax resets every calendar week. Because I feel like in the Four Nations break last year, I used a lot of ads to kind of straighten out my roster, like prep for when games came back, or to try to catch that week. But in this time, February 25th is your default Yahoo trade deadline. Make sure to check your league settings. So yeah, during this break, perfect time to try and get that last minute trade in, take inventory where you are. But yeah, Jay, do you have any leagues you're going to try to get set up here while we take this break coming up here?
Yeah, no, I was even wondering with I guess like days to process those trades. I guess they wouldn't freeze or anything, right? They probably would just count even through that.
Yeah, and I think I'm sure. Yeah, you can trade at any time. I think, and if I remember right, I feel like it's 25th. 25th is the last day you can submit the trade. They might even have to be agreed to by the end of that day at like 3 a.m. Eastern, something crazy. Right. If you're trying to get those in last minute. But yeah, just things to note, think about, because it's coming up quick. And then, like I said, I think week 17, you got 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so 4 matchups coming up here before the end of the regular fantasy season for most of us. Yeah, just thought that was worth talking about. And then next point here, Victor Olofsson, I think we're talking about. I know that, yeah, the Avs, 3 games this coming week, 1 off night, maybe not a stream, but someone to keep our eye on, because they have the Wednesday. Colorado has the Wednesday, Thursday back-to-back, and then they play the Monday, Wednesday, which are considered the off nights, if I'm not mistaken, before the Olympic break. But yeah, he's played 41 minutes in the last 2 games, recently promoted to line 1, power play 1 with McKinnon there. We know that power play changes a lot, but the even strength deployment, I think, is what is really interesting. In his last 3, 2 goals, 3 points, a power play point, a game-winning goal, 8 shots. And yeah, I like the 8 shots. It's not quite 3 per game, but it's close enough. Yeah, I don't know, Jay, is this someone, I don't know, maybe we just keep an eye on, because we know Colorado loves to shift around that top line and top power play.
Oh, Alan, you know me. Like, I'm a worshiper.
If he doesn't have the best schedule.
I worship the schedule alone. And not only does Colorado not have not have, I guess, like 4 games this week. Colorado doesn't even have any games in the first back-to-back, so I wouldn't burn any early ads on Olofsson. But having said that, yeah, I think his ceiling and I think his potential, I guess, what do you call it, like rise, so to speak, for the remainder of these few weeks before the break. I think that's pretty. Sorry, I was just saying it's a pretty juicy ride for the remainder.
Sorry, yeah, you froze
of his time before the break.
Yeah, I McKinnon's just one of those guys where you want anyone surrounding him, whether it's like the third wheel on the line. But yeah, no, I think someone to keep an eye on. So moving on to injuries here, Bo Horvat did return yesterday versus Buffalo. Not that it did the Isles much good. Shutout 5-0 by Alex Lyon. Just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on with Buffalo, but holy cow. Yeah, I think they're a lot more dangerous with now that Alex Lyon's back. But yeah, still someone I don't think you're getting Bo Horvat for next week because the Isles do have a good schedule, but I don't know. I think their top 6 did shift around a little bit with him returning. And I know they're doing like a 1A, 1B power play with Horvat on the Schaefer unit on it, which is I think where you want someone from. Brad Marchand activated from IR last night. So get a look at this top 9 here. They are keeping that Luosterainen, Lundell, Marchand line together. I forget what the statistic was, but I think in the playoffs last year, they were just one of the best lines for them, even though they were the quote third line. And I wouldn't put too much pressure on like line 1, line 2, line 3 here just yet. But line 2 in quotes, AJ Greer, Sam Bennett, Matthew Tkachuk, and then quote line 3 for Hagee, Evan Rodriguez, Sam Reinhart. Again, I wouldn't put too much pressure or put too much emphasis on it. Wouldn't freak out. I was seeing Sam Reinhart on quote line 3. He played 26 minutes last night. That's not third line minutes.
No. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say any stretch.
I don't know. Is this, and I don't think Florida is one of the teams with a great schedule. I mean, does this give Evan Rodriguez, like surrounded by 2 guys who can score, like does this give him some like a nice boost? Because Evan Rodriguez is tri-eligible. Is this someone that we look at?
Yeah, it's tough with fantasy, I guess, relevance with a team like Florida sometimes, where we're so used to them doing amazing things. I mean, last season they won the Stanley Cup as a wild card team, did they not? Or were they? Yeah, I think it was as a wild card team. Or was it? Or
were they first? I think they were first in the division.
No, the Leafs were first in the division.
Leafs were okay,
but I remember
they had to have been wild card.
Or maybe they were in the second or third where...
Actually, you know what? Yeah, if Leafs won, it was probably, I think, Florida-Tampa is the 2-3.
Florida-Tampa, yeah. But anyways, it's just a weird one where if we are expecting this team to go all the way to the Cup again, they need to go on a huge winning run. They can't do that without their team crushing their way through the standings now, Alan.
Yeah.
I can't see another player that would do anything aside from... like your Evan Rodriguez, right? Like anyone else that could be pick upable. I think everyone else is Gonzo Washington.
Right. Yeah, I don't like. I've tried to pick up Luosterainen like a couple times when Florida's had the schedule. He doesn't do anything for me.
No.
Lundell, I really thought would be like we have Alex Barkov at home, but he's been worse than that. I don't know. At least his ownership is finally around 50%, which I feel like it should be. But yeah, I'm just not. I mean, this is the healthiest this team has looked all season.
Yes.
They're starting to get real deep, real fast.
I'm wondering if this team is like they have balanced scoring all around, Alan, but maybe they don't have insane scoring all around because I'm looking and their highest scoring player is not. So they have 2 49 pointers and they don't have any 50-point scores yet. I mean, it'll probably break after this game with Reinhart or Marchand. But yeah, like looking at teams where, like with Colorado, don't they have like 80-point scores? You know what I mean? Like Edmonton's.
Oh, I think so. It'd be McKinnon. And then I think McDavid is like right behind McKinnon. I haven't looked at the points race.
Right, Celebrini, right? But it's just stuff where you look over and Florida is like, I mean, I think they're just bang average around the board, right? Like 165 goals and 148 goals and 161. So I think scoring is literally their issue, right? Like they seem to be pretty league average in terms of goals against, but their scoring is just nowhere near. It looks like it's like, I guess, like bottom 10, I guess. And I don't think that's going to be enough to cut it for making it into the playoffs and making the dance. And I think that reflects when you look at their players, which is why people are saying there's not much value. They're not scoring enough to generate fantasy value for a lot of their teams. But I'm looking, is that a problem of shots? Like, I'm looking across the board. It seems like everyone's shooting, but like, I'm seeing their top guys shooting 133 times. Alan, I swear, like, who is the guy on? Is it Cutter Gauthier or Leo Carlson? I'm like mixing them up, but
I think it's Cutter. Like the
Cutter
insane
is like
shooter.
It's Cutter at 200 now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just when you're 191. So the guy has shot basically an additional 60. Like, he's shot like an additional 60 shots compared to the highest guy on Florida.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I feel like Cutter's even missed some time. I'm not even sure if he's still out. Like Anaheim's got a lot of guys out.
So when you have that sort of setup, I'm just looking here going like, is Florida's problem just that they're not shooting enough, and then that's causing their scoring to dip? Are they getting outshot in most games, causing them to drop? Like, clearly this is an issue, but that would severely hamper my interest in their Florida fantasy relevance, because heck, if they aren't shooting, they can't fucking what's that like quote, Alan, that's about scoring
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Scott. Yes, that's the one.
A fictional character in The Office, but sure, he knows about hockey.
100%. We trust that.
I don't know. I'm and this is maybe where we've seen, what is it, the Blues win all the way from like last place in the league to Stanley Cup champions. They have enough runway. As long as Matthew Tkachuk doesn't immediately re-injure himself in the Olympics, they're deep enough now. It's possible that they absolutely could make a push. It's just the rest of the Atlantic has to stop winning and getting points.
They would have to win a lot of games, though. And I'm saying a lot of games, as in right now they have 33 games for the remainder of the season. I think, Alan, they need to get at least 40 points for the remaining 33 games. Like, if they get 95 or 97 points, I think that can make it in.
At least
they're at 55 right now.
Everyone else has to stop winning. Like that's like it's because what is it? Even like Buffalo, what are they like? Won 9 out of their last 10. It's just ridiculous.
It's disgusting. Oh god, yeah. Like it's in Boston. Boston, no one mentions Boston. I think they've won 8 of their last 10 too. Like, it's just everyone there is just crushing it. And the thing with Florida as well is they have played so much. Like, Florida doesn't play hockey in the way that I would even say like Carolina. Does Carolina hit a ton, or is Carolina just, kind of peppering, bounce the puck,
No, I think they're a lot of shot suppression. Because as we've said before, like, you stream Freddie Anderson, not this year, but in years past, it's like, Kochekov, Freddie Anderson, you put them in, it's, they'll get you the win, but they'll let in like 2 or 3 goals on like 15 shots.
And face like they just 20 shots. And it's like, wait, you only made 17 saves all game and you won? Like, what is going on here? But it's an issue when it comes to teams, because like, I would even say, I'm trying to look for a champion or like a team that was deep that wasn't crazy known for being physical, Alan. And I think like maybe if I'm going for a team that isn't crazy physical, like, was Tampa known as a guy that gooned their way through the opponents? I don't think so, right? Tampa was more like a skills.
They were deep, like, and then some guys got paid.
but like, Tampa definitely wasn't a team that was like gooning their way through opponent squads, like, man, this makes me sound like a salty Leafs fan, but elbowing their way through the crease, so to speak.
Right. Like, well, I know the third year they won, there was like a team commitment to, like, you put yourself in front of Azzy for those blocks, like,
for sure.
And they would constantly be going back and forth to the locker room to heal up, come back in.
But just talking about like Florida for a bit too, like, we're talking about the guys here that have played how many games, Alan, over the course of the past 3 seasons? Like, it's possible
it's a lot of hockey.
It's possible it's fumes. It's possible it's literally just fumes. There's nothing in the tank anymore. Like, these guys, like Reinhart, was a point per game player, right? Like past seasons. And like he's not actually dropped off that much this season relatively. He's still keeping that point per game pace. Brad Marchand is beyond a point per game pace.
Yeah, he's been unreal this season, and I'm really hoping he slows down so I don't look like an idiot for trading him in the Super Bangers League.
But that makes me feel like if the guys are not going to be punching in the points at this stage in the season, like it is time to just say for Florida, like, hey, you know, like why don't we just kind of move off? They don't have a crazy schedule. Yeah, they don't have a crazy schedule.
You know, still they haven't made a decision on Barkov yet. Like he's still just playing our IR, not season-ending IR, where they could get that full cap relief of his salary. Right. So I don't know. So what we're still talking injuries. We got a question in the chat here. Good question. Letang or Terry play today? I feel like Terry flew back home. I haven't heard anything on him playing today, but it sounds like Chris Letang was a strong possibility to play today.
I'm just digging it up as well, just to get.
But I mean, even if Letang does come back, I feel like his peak value's gone because Erik Karlsson, I believe. Is Erik Karlsson back? I remember him coming back, and we totally missed it on Wednesday's show. It was Ryan Shea got PP1 with both of them out.
Ryan Shea? Wait, Alan, I memed that. I didn't expect that to actually come.
Yeah, I know. I mean, what the heck? Yeah, Erik Karlsson's back, so I think Letang's peak value is kind of gone.
Yes. Yes.
I thought I heard Letang was coming back either yesterday or today. Well, I guess to be today.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen his I haven't seen anything showing up for Letang on like his recent gameplay though. Like he didn't play in the Thursday win,
he's been out. No. He's been out a couple games. Yeah. Moving on here. Matt Boldy, he did return on Saturday. Not back on line one though. Hines seems to like Hartman on line one for the time being. So they swap the centers so often. Like poor Daniil Yurov. Like I remember blowing his horn, like, you know, line one center, and now he's like line three. I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to like pump Yurov for a trade or what. But he is line two with Marcus Johansson and Jeek, which but he's still power play one, which I really like. You got Quinn Hughes and Kaprizov on that power play. Nice. So really those of us who picked up Tarasenko during his little outburst here can safely drop him again. He's back on line three. I don't think he did anything yesterday in that game against Florida.
I didn't see anything. I'm looking at the lines in the morning now, and I don't see anything indicating that they released extra news about either Troy Terry or Letang. But maybe they'll give updated ones closer. Like I'm trying to check
closer to that game because I think Ducks don't play till 8 Eastern anyway. So you got a few hours.
100%.
So yeah, go ahead and get into the week preview here. Got the game grid up. So this week looking like a pretty normal day. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, your busy days. But yeah, handful of games on the off nights. You know, Monday you got 5, Wednesday 3, Friday 1 game, and then Sunday 3 games. So best schedules, like guys who play the most games. LA, that's the team definitely to try to scoop up some of, get a piece of. 5 games played this week. And then Boston, Columbus, New York Islanders and Rangers, Philly, Utah, Vegas. They all have 4 games played. Your off night leaders, Vegas, you know, again, worth mentioning, 5 games, 2 off nights. Columbus, 4 games, 3 off nights. Easiest schedules. I want to call out New York Islanders. They do play Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Maybe a team you pick up for Monday, Wednesday. But they do have a back-to-back against the Rangers on that Wednesday and Thursday. And unless Shesterkin comes back, Rangers own the worst goals against per game the last 2 weeks. They also play Philly on Monday, who is the second worst. So I definitely feel like the Islanders are definitely a team to recognize as far as easy schedules. You get 3 games. So maybe like a first half pickup on the week here. Worst schedules. So we got Calgary and Philly with 2 games, no off nights. Ottawa, 2 games, 1 off night. Hard schedules. I mean, Detroit, not really a team that's playing a lot, but yeah, LA, Washington, Colorado. Those 3 are definitely stingy. Maybe not as stingy as the earlier in the season, but all 3 are currently over 3 goals a game in the last few weeks. But yeah, I'm sure any moment they can lock it down. New York Rangers, they play Boston, New York Islanders twice, Pittsburgh. Boston notably is tied for second best goals against per game in the last 2 weeks, and Pittsburgh is tied for third. Yeah, I just Rangers are bad right now. Rangers are so bad. So waiver wire, looking at waiver wire here. Tier 1, obviously LA, 5-game week. You have to put these guys here. I do worry about their scoring though. Over the last 3 weeks, they're a little under 3 goals per game, 2.91 or goals for per game, and then 2.71 over the last 2 weeks. That 2.71 is 5th worst in the league. But I feel like Brant Clark is definitely the guy to call out here. I'm sure quite a few pundits out there are ringing or shouting his praise. 52% though, so he's just go check. Maybe he's a priority ad here. One of them as a DJ. I always feel like I'm always pumping D because they're easier to slot in on the busy nights. That power play one's deployment seems to be sticking. We'll see when Drew Doughty comes back. It sounds like he's slated to come back tonight. I would feel like if Brant Clark's not available, Alex Laferriere, probably the other, quote priority ad here, 27%. Yes. He's acting as the 1C right now, but power play 2. He is giving you a little bit of category coverage. And a couple of deep cuts here. Corey Perry, 2%. Like, what year is this and what team are we talking about? We're talking about Corey Perry, but he is line 1, power play 1 right now. He's got 3 points in his last 3. Definitely deep cut if those other 2 aren't available and you just want someone who can get you the 5 games. Andrei Kuzmenko, power play 1. He's the high risk, high reward play here. I don't know, Jay, if there anyone. I think there's a few guys out there, but to me, those are like the guys we should be reaching for.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Like there's I was even just looking as we were talking, Alan, for available Kings, and it's a tough.
I was about to say, like, Corey Perry is Jay approved, by the way. Like, I just got the notification that he was picked up by Jay in a league room.
Yeah, because I'm looking and they have basically who, like Alex Laferriere. You gotta get him because he's the guy.
He doesn't have C yet, and he is not part of this week's updates, but still.
No, but aside from that, like you're looking in net, right? Like that's the other guy that's huge in terms of like an Anton Forsberg. But then again, Kemper came back, right? So
right. But Forsberg still, I mean, their schedule has 2 back-to-backs. I mean,
yes,
I have Anton Forsberg in the goalie section, but yeah, absolutely. I feel like you're getting at least 2 starts from Forsberg.
Yes,
and he's proven he can get you the rate stats. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know though. It's so Kings are definitely trying to push for playoff spot. They need to score goals though. That would help them a lot. Forsberg could get the game against Buffalo on I think Thursday, right. But I could also see him like every game is must win. Start Kemper. So he's at least 2 starts.
I'm pretty sure he's going to face some pretty tough opposition. He's going to face the Detroit game, and he's going to face the Canes. Mainly because if LA is playing did I just see that LA has lost 13 games in overtime? Am I seeing that right, Alan?
Oh,
that can't be right. That is disgusting. What the hell?
That's gotta be. I'm sure that's gotta be what's keeping them in the hunt is the pity points,
all the extra loser points.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it is. Anyways, so because I was looking and I was like, they have like so few wins compared to these other teams, but they have also so few losses, and I'm like, oh shit, they're losing all their games in overtime.
Yeah, and if you look at their goal differential, it's like it's pretty tight. The shot differential is pretty tight. They're just not. I don't know. I don't know if Panarin helps them. Like they're one of the teams in the running for him allegedly. Yeah, I hope he doesn't go to friggin' LA, man. I only have Panarin in one spot, but I'd almost rather have him on the Rangers.
I don't. Yeah,
in LA right now.
it would ruin Panarin's playoff schedule, I don't think that team necessarily plays with the need for his sort of like they don't play a style that fits him anyway. But anywho, it's crazy because the Kings in this entire 5-game stretch are playing Columbus, Detroit, Buffalo, Philly, and Carolina. They have less,
and I think it's all on the road too. Yeah, this is all one huge road trip.
That is insane. Yeah, it is true. But the funny thing is they have less wins than every one of those teams I just mentioned. And I don't think, though, that they have less points than all the teams just mentioned because, no, they have the same number of points as Columbus. Alan, they do have less points aside from Columbus than every other team mentioned. Holy shit, the West is a different setup, Alan. I don't understand what is going on. Yeah, the West
is almost like a totally different league than the East right now.
What the hell? Oh, God. Well, okay. So they're going over, and I hope to God, like, their defense is stingy, because otherwise, like, they're walking into, like, what was it called? The Metrodome? Like, a couple years back? Like,
yeah, Thunderdome. Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, I hope they don't get clapped. Like, that
so that's why, that's why I'm not sure, like,
about the Forsberg anymore.
We want Forsberg. I'm not sure we want Forsberg. Like,
but they will get peppered.
This may be a team where we're picking their skaters over the goalies
as opposed to the I hear you. But okay, I would say rate stats wise, maybe good value, maybe in a points league.
It is. I was iffy on him last time when it was actually out, but I mean, Forsberg stepped in, good rate stats. I just not sure the wins will be there. Unless something happens.
They could come out of this like 2-3, 1-4, and it wouldn't be entirely shocking.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It would be,
it'll be close games though. Again, looking at their goal differential, but next team here, Columbus. I don't know. I think is the real team to stream from here this week. They have the 3 off nights, and then only 2 of their guys are above 50%. They're 5-1 since the coaching change. I would say just go check on Adam Fantilli. He is center only, yes, but playing like 20 minutes a night under bonus. Also giving you almost 3 hits a game in the last 7. I never thought of Adam Fantilli as someone I get for hits, but he's doing it. A deep cut here, Charlie Coyle, 10% owned. He's cold in his last 3 before last night. I know I think he had a couple points last night, but still 5 points in his last 7 before last night. And power play 1. I'm pretty sure he's like the net front guy. I couldn't watch the freaking game because it's blacked out in my area because I'm next to Columbus. And it's just like, I don't want to watch a stream because I'll get like 10 different notifications about the score updating by the time I find like a stream elsewhere. But I feel like this is probably one of the priority ads for this coming week. Mason Marchment, hat trick last night, 19%. He's definitely a points play. Was absolutely a point per game before going out with injury. Yes, power play 2, but he was cooking. He's been cooking, and I don't feel like any of the goals last night were power play goals for him. It's nice even strength production here. Boone Jenner for everything, of course. Matthew Olivier for hits with some point upside. I would say if you're trying to fill categories.
Oh my goodness, Alan. I feel so guilty. I'm sorry, listeners, for suggesting Boone Jenner. I hope he gave you a solid floor of 4 shots and 2 hits and a block last night. But whoever said Marchment would give you the higher ceiling,
no, that was me. I don't know, especially like some of these scorings that people are throwing is like goals worth so much. Give me Marchment.
Oh God,
give me Marchment.
I feel so guilty. I apologize profusely, everybody. But Alan, did we mention Ken Johnston with his power play 1? He did nothing with it.
Oh, is he actually power play 1? I didn't check that.
He did nothing with it. He blocked a shot last night. That was about it.
Yeah, I
agree. Great call.
I don't know what's going on with Kenjo. Because I think I looked at his time on ice recently, and it's
disgusting.
He's a casualty of bonus right now. I don't know. I think he's line 3. And then Voronkov, I look at his ice time, like he's like 10-12 minutes a night, line 4. Right. Used to be one of your best streams. I think that's is just bonus doesn't like his play style or thinks he can utilize him in a different way. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like March Mint is one of the priority ads for the week. Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. Third tier one team here. I got to say Boston, a team you can stream for the back-to-back to start the week. And then they have, 3 games in 4 nights. So they do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So you could flip someone after the back-to-back or just flip for a weekend stream. So yeah, I got and good call on Jay on sit start yesterday, like benching Barzal. Like that was, I didn't like that call, but it was the right call. I don't know. I think he won like 4 face-offs. That was all he had to his name yesterday.
What's the quote about broken clocks and right twice a day? I was like, you listen to me on the floor for you listen to me for the floor on oh god, the name's escaping me out. Oh my goodness. Boone. But then I also got Barzal. Oh my goodness.
You got Barzal. I think that was probably the bigger get, seeing that he would get nothing. But yeah, one of the things I posted on Twitter this morning, just came out the preview for Yahoo's positional updates. So Kuznetsov and Middlestat are both getting left wing. Like if you're listening to this on Sunday, it'll take effect tomorrow. If you're listening to us Monday morning, should be there. I think when the week resets or the day resets at like 3 a.m. Eastern. But yeah, Elias Lindholm.
How do we know this, Alan?
What? Oh, it's not a big secret. It's like if you look on Reddit, the Yahoo Fantasy support has an account, and I just stalk that account.
No, Alan, I meant how do we know that it resets at 3 a.m.?
Well, you know what? I don't actually. I don't know when they add positional eligibility updates. But I feel like Elias Lindholm, probably one of the 2 gets on this team. He's center only. But I feel like, again, good week to start hoarding him now if your playoffs are weeks 21 to 23. 7 points in his last 7. Pavel Zacha, I know, like, what is it? The Tom's Sheets or whatever he puts out on Reddit every Sunday. Like he's considered the highest point stream. Yeah, pretty much a lock for power play 1. Line 2 though. I sneaky deep cut. I like him. I know he's someone I'm gonna aim to pick up in one spot. Victor Arvidsson at 19%. Line 2 power play 2 though. His 10-shot game kind of skews things, but he's still getting about 3 to 4 shots a game for the most part. 5 points in his last 7. Actually, he's finally turning it around. So I think he's a kind of a deeper cut, maybe a categories thing if you're trying to fill shots. But if you want hits, I think Tanner Jeannot, Alex Steeves, if you need hits, they're both giving you about 3 hits a game with some point upside there. Anyone you're looking at, Jay?
There's such deep cuts. Like I was even looking like this is a super one, but like, did we hear anything about Fraser Minten?
Oh, was he out? I didn't realize he was.
I don't know, Alan. Like it's okay. Like
but he's like line 3. I feel like if I'm digging that far deep in depending on the depth of my league, I'm just move on to another team.
Right. No, it's just what do you call it? Like when the Leafs are doing horrible, like players dig up like every ex-Leaf in existence that no longer is with the organization and go like, look at how great these guys are doing. And I was looking him up and I was like, yeah, he showed up. And I was like, Fraser Minten. And I was like, wait, he's not. Well, I mean, actually, he's okay, Alan. Like, what's it like? 95 hits, almost 70 shots. Like, yeah, but maybe it's too deep of a cut. Maybe it's too deep of a cut.
Yeah, and again, Pavel Zacha, another Jay approved stream. By the way, picked him up right as we're doing the show.
Oh bad.
But yeah, next up, tier 2 streamers. I again, Islanders. I kind of foreshadowed that earlier. Should be worth mentioning as 3 of the 4 games they play this week are against 2 of the worst teams as far as goals against, Philly and the Rangers. Anders Lee, Anthony Duclair, which I'm kind of high on for the week. Both on the line with Barzal. Line 2, yes, they got benched. The trio got benched Saturday for a defensive lapse, but I feel like they're 2 of the best streams on the team, apart from Emil Heineman. Good God. Banger, like multi-cat monster. Hold on, there we go. Multi-cat monster.
Yeah.
And then Callum Ritchie appears to be sticking on line 1, pretty widely available. That's going to be a deep cut. But I don't know, man. Duclair, I think I mentioned it Saturday or maybe Wednesday that quite a few of those points are coming from the power play, which he's now on power play 2 with Barzal, the 1B unit. But like, in case no one's heard the story yet, like he borrowed another player's stick or something on the team and realized like, holy crap, like this feels good. Like I'm scoring. So something actually changed here.
That's so funny.
That kind of explains why he's on the tear he is right now. So again, that's why I like him for this coming week. Do I like that he got moved off of power play 1? No, but he's still playing with Barzal at even strength. And I mean, I don't know, that power play 2 isn't too bad because we know Tony DeAngelo is serviceable. But yeah, I just, them and Emil Heineman. I really like Emil Heineman's been such a good hold all season, especially in categories leagues or bangers points leagues where your hits, block shots are worth an absurd amount.
Alan, I don't understand what's going on here. Like, how does Jonathan Drouin do absolutely nothing with line 1 power play 1?
Yeah, he was a McKinnon merchant, and now the Islanders they're paying the troll toll.
Oh God, it's insane, Alan. I'm scrolling down, like the amount of bagels I'm seeing. I could open a bakery. Holy shit, this is insane. Yeah. God.
Yeah, he out bagel is okay. Casey Zazika's stick was who it was. Okay. But yeah, Jonathan Drouin's more bagely than Brandon Hagel, and his nickname is Bagel. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why he gets this prime deployment. Power play 1. Give me, just put friggin' Barzal up there. I get you're trying to balance scoring, but how do you balance against 0?
It's indivisible or error. Yeah.
You try to balance against 0. That's where your calculator gives you the E or whatever.
Returns the E. Yeah. Are we basically saying like it's Anders Lee, and if he's taken, like move on?
Depending on your scoring, because again, I really like Emil Heineman. I think he's actually in the Horvat line.
But Heineman, 25%. Yeah, very accessible.
Yeah, I would say this is just like if he can't get Marchment, if he can't get any of the decent Kings, if he can't get someone good on, that's why Islanders are tier 2. I feel like
agreed.
Maybe less reliable, but yeah, Duclair is on that little bit of a hot streak. We'll see what line 2 does to him. 1B power play. For sure. Yeah, Callum Ritchie if you want that power play 1, but I feel like that's the deep cut. Next up, I do think Philly is worth mentioning because their schedule is up there. They're middle of the pack in goals for, but they can give you, you can try them out Monday, Wednesday, flip them for someone for the weekend if they give you goose eggs. Owen Tippett, line 2 power play 2, but he's quietly got 7 points in 7 games. Hits and blocks aren't there, I feel like, as much as maybe he was known for, but I love his 3 shots a game. And the time on ice has been around like that 15-minute mark, which is it was good. It was good. I like it. Christian Dvorak, line 1, power play 1, just got that nice sweet deal, the AARP deal, whatever Philly likes to sign. Center only, but you should be able to fit him in on the Monday and Wednesday with how few teams play the off days. Just go check on Matvei Michkov. I don't like that his ice time is in the toilet, 43%. Garnet Hathaway, if you want hits, he's got almost 5 hits a game over the last 2 weeks. Definitely a category filler. Last tier 2 team here, Utah. Another Monday, Tuesday, Thursday team. So, back to back, and then 3 games of 4 nights if you want it. They do play some tough defensive teams this week: Tampa, Florida, Carolina, Dallas. But they're one of the highest scoring teams at the moment. 4.17 goals for per game over the last 2 weeks. Only problem is, I don't know, in my opinion, it could be totally different. You're kind of streaming scraps on this team, or like the high risk, high reward players. And some of their lineup could change. Lawson Krause is out with illness right now. Whatever bubonic plague or dysentery is sweeping the league right now. I feel like Barrett Hayton, probably the go-to guy for this team. He's the only way you're getting power play 1, unless those lines change. He had 2 points yesterday against Nashville. Jack McBain, if you need some category coverage, he's got 5 points in his last 6. Sean Dursey, 12% defenseman. Again, Tuesday, Thursday, you're going to have an easier time fitting him in there. That shooting seems to have cooled down a lot since his return. He only has the 2 assists he got yesterday to his name in the last 6 games. I don't know, Jay, I feel like there's a couple other guys here for like blocks or like specialty stats, but I don't know. It is not a team. This is probably like last resort team for me if I'm looking at a stream.
Yeah, I don't have a. I'm literally scrolling as you were talking, Alan, to try to find like there's
it looks like they really tried to balance out scoring.
Yeah, they turned the sliders down and everything. Like Paterka, like he just doesn't do anything else. So if he's shooting and scoring, yay, and then if not, like
I feel
no
like
hits, no blocks,
pure points play. But I feel like he's around 50-55%. So he's just go check. But I know in like our bangers after bangers where you really get value from those multi-cat guys, like he just doesn't do enough to justify hanging on to him.
No, he doesn't.
And Dursey, I don't know, man. I knew that some of that scoring was going to come down. He was redlining, but I didn't know it was going to be that much.
No, I let him go too. I think I had it. I had stonks in him, and it just wasn't enough to keep interested, so to speak.
Yeah. But goalie streams, like we said, top of the show, Anton Forsberg, good for at least 2 starts here. He may not get you wins, but he has shown he can get the rate stats, which is nice. I do think Korpisalo worth a mention here as they have a back-to-back to start the week. In his last 4, they're all wins, all quality starts. So again, like better than league average save percentage there. Alex Lyon, got to mention him just because he's so lowly owned. But he's been incredible in his 2 starts back, again, shutting out the Islanders yesterday. If they keep 1-1 between him and UPL, he's only going to get 1 start this week, though. Yeah, that's kind of it. Very good question, because I did mention the Olympics at the top of the week. So the way it looks like, because I kind of peeked ahead, so it looks like you have Monday through Thursday leading up to the 5th. And then the games resume on the 25th and go to the 1st. This is where it's, try to shoot for a pickup. Maybe at the end of this week or something, try to hang on to some ads so you can get those. Because what is it? You got, Tuesday, Thursday are your light days. Try to save an ad, get something going in there. But then depending on if you're Yahoo or Fantrax, again, Yahoo doesn't reset you on a calendar week. Maybe that's changed, but I know in years past it was, if you're in a double week, it's if you get 5 ads for the double week. I wouldn't worry too much about trying to save half your ads for the first half, save them for the second half. I would maybe try to use some of your ads like this time next week to get maybe a couple of those games, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about.
Well, I would say first and foremost, right? Like, just you have to combine the 2 weeks as a 1 week, and then in your mind think of it that way. So, like, the Rangers play 3 games over that entire stretch, so they're probably not the team you want to be holding on to and streaming from.
No.
Like, just as an example. And then on the flip side, I don't think there's any other team that has their same dire straits. Boston is pretty shitty schedule too. Also 3 games. So Boston, Rangers, drop those guys that are like on the periphery for those guys for those 2 weeks, because they only play 3 games over that entire month. Alan, that is fucked up to say out loud. What the hell? Professional hockey.
I kind of feel like 4 Nations did this too, that it was just like you had like a couple games and then it's like you were just hanging in limbo there.
What are they doing in their off time? The guys that didn't make it onto the teams, like they're just cycling every day.
You're chilling, because I feel like a lot of them you cannot, like, there's rules against like when they can practice. So it's a lot of them probably chilling. Maybe they go home.
100%.
Some of these guys, but I would. And I know that's been like some advice in the past is like, use some of your ads for the first half and then stash them for the second half. But I don't
Well, I would
I
say
don't know if
the
that's what we
easiest
do here.
I think the easiest way is just like if you can roll ads forward, that would be the
Yeah.
best, right? So use your week 17 ads to add in for this week upcoming. And then afterwards, what you do is you sit tight, watch some hockey, monitor the things. Um, Huge stuff too, Alan, I would say too, is like the chance of like last year in the Four Nations, didn't some players get hurt during the Four Nations? I'm pretty
See, and
sure.
that's where this might be the time where you maybe hold on to those, try to stash some guys in IR. Like I know we had a
Yes.
question about like, hey, Logan Cooley, like, yeah, stash that dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hey,
especially if you have a games played advantage on your opponent if when you set your schedule. Yeah, maybe this is the time where you try to stash one of those guys. But yeah, I don't know if I try to tinker too much in the 3 weeks off, because who knows when some of these guys are going to get pronounced as healthy. You could play yourself and not even realize it, just trying to keep up with the injuries.
But I would say keeping up with the injuries is an important thing where I would encourage every person to watch the Olympics or at least keep up with the Olympics, so at least the box score and all that stuff for fantasy hockey purposes, simply just to know which guys are in, which guys aren't hurt, which guys,
right.
Like some guys come out like and
how terrible JT Miller looks.
that too. But some guys actually, like when playing for their country, end up with like a huge rejuvenation, and like it actually does affect play for the remainder of the season. I think Binnington actually weirdly was
that's
one
what
of
I'm
the
wondering guys. What helps Matthew Tkachuk get back up to game speed unless he just re-injures himself.
Right.
I feel like that was Four Nations, like him and his brother just went too hard, and then just that kind of screwed them for the rest of the season. But yeah,
they played on the road for the rest of their playoffs.
Hopefully you can save like one, maybe two ads to help you get like this first half of the week. Yeah, I don't, because I feel like you're gonna, especially in Yahoo, you're gonna need all 5 of those or however many ads you get per week.
100%. I also think like there's value, even not speculatively, but hold an ad just for the sake of like knowing which guy is next up if there is an injury to a core player. Obviously, none of the guys on actual like team USA, Team Canada teams are going to be on a waiver wire, but those guys that get hurt, the guys that would slot up afterwards into the top 6 or top lines, they would be possibly available and they would be stepping into those vacated ice times, right? I think the biggest name last season, Alan, from the Four Nations was probably Charlie McAvoy. I think that was the name that was huge. And like he got out for like a while, wasn't he? Like I don't think he was back for the rest of last year's season.
It was, I forget what it was too. Was he the one that just like, I think we questioned is like, what is this like Team USA medical staff doing? Like, because there's so many guys just, I don't know if it was injured or was it Charlie McAvoy had some kind of infection? I forget what it was.
That was that's what it was. It was like it was like a cut something, like a sock or something. But horrific for him, obviously. Glad he came back, no issues, no nothing. But also in terms of fantasy hockey, wasn't that Mason Lohrei stonks? Like that was huge for.
Yeah, I think you know what, that makes a lot of sense. This is where we saw like Mason Lohrei as not a must add, but should add.
Or just an additional option, right? So just like make sure you monitor, because I think now this season Charlie McAvoy is back, right? He is back on the team. He's playing. I'm pretty sure he is on Team USA, like there as well. I'm not saying like mark him down and check to see like if his socks have any cuts or anything, but like double check to see which available guys are, like they went to the locker room and it's like, oh, okay, like waiver wire star on the watch list, like the guy that's next up afterwards. Because if they end up DTD, or like week to week or whatever, that there's a guy next up that you have value that you can go to when that team has a good schedule.
Yeah. But I would say, don't tinker too much with guys coming in and out of like IR and stuff, because those are essentially, if you play them right, extra roster spots.
For sure.
Yeah. I definitely don't blow all your ads in for that first 4 days. I would almost wait wait if you can, hold out if you can. But yeah, if someone really good becomes available, or there's a really good stash you can make, now's probably the time.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's it. We'll go ahead and park it. Nice under an hour. Thanks everyone for tuned in live. Tomorrow, we'll be back Wednesday for the shutdown shift as usual. Good night, everyone, and be nice to each other. Take care of each other.
We'll pick you up later.
Adios, turd nuggets.